sense, this invitation he gives us to simply come as you are. As let's be real, some of us, the struggle to go in, to step into this relationship with him, is not so much the fear, but doubt. It's not so much that we struggle to believe that Jesus would come back from the grave. It's that Jesus would come back for us. That Jesus would come back for someone like me with all of my messiness and all my junk and all my stuff. In fact, interesting enough, later on in this Easter morning passage in John's account, there's a moment when Peter first steps into the tomb. Remember Peter? You know, the guy who once boldly proclaimed, hey, to get to you, Jesus, they're going to have to get through me. Only for when it mattered most, turns his back on Jesus, pretends to even know him. And now here he is, he's feeling like he's on the outside looking in, and yet check out what he discovers. After he hears the news, the good news that the Marys are proclaiming, check this out, John 20, verse 6 through 8. Simon Peter arrived and went inside. He also noticed the linen wrappings lying there, while the cloth that had covered Jesus' head was folded up and lying apart from other wrappings. Now, to understand the significance of Peter's discovery here, you got to understand just a little bit about Jewish culture and tradition. And that is, in Jewish culture and tradition at the time, when you were done eating, you would take your napkin, you would wad it up, and you would place it on the table and walk away. And that was a sign saying, hey, I'm finished. I'm done. No more soup for me. But if you took the napkin and you folded it, it meant that I'm not done just yet. I'm not finished just yet. I'm coming back, and I'm not just coming back for anybody. I'm coming back for you, Peter. I'm coming back for the same guy who denied me. I'm coming back for the same guy who questioned me. I'm coming back for the same guy who ran from me. I'm coming back for the same person who gave up on me. Because if Easter reminds us of anything, it should remind us of this, is that even when we give up on God, you need to know he never gives up on you. In fact, Romans 5:8 puts it this way, it says, but God demonstrates his own love for us in this, while we were still sinners. Not when you got your life figured out and your act all together, but when you were in your mess, in your addiction, in your brokenness, Jesus came and died for you and for me to ultimately offer us this invitation. This invitation we find in Revelation 3:20, where he says, here I am, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me. Can I put it in terms maybe you might relate to a little bit more? Is listen, I find that Jesus crashed the funeral so you could be invited to the party. This party, this new life, this celebration, this joy that you find in a relationship with him. See, again, that's why I say, I don't think it was by accident that Peter, of all people, would notice that folded napkin. As in John 21, we see Jesus calling out to Peter, inviting him to not just share in a meal, but in what that meal would come to represent, this invitation to a second chance, this invitation to experience new life, this invitation to make peace with his past by making peace with God. This same invitation that he extends and he offers to you today. Whether you're church shopping, just woke up, just got out of jail, or still in jail, you need to know you're invited. If you're more religious than the Pope, or haven't been to church since Aerosmith was good, you need to know you're invited. If you're over 70 but never seem to grow up, or a teenager that's growing up too fast, you're invited into this. This is an invitation for the soccer mom, the ESPN dad, the starving artist, the tree hugger, the tree cutter. It's for the almond, soy, cashew, latte sippers, vegans, and junk food eaters. This invitation is for those currently in recovery or still addicted. You're invited into this. If your heart is light, heavy, or downright in the dumps, where we're guilted by grandma to come today, or got lost in traffic and wound up here by mistake, you're invited. You're invited. What are you invited to? To say yes to Jesus.